Hey guys, well, I was making a video about this, that, and the other, and I was mentioning a bunch of people and talking about all these different bands and stuff that I've always liked and dropping names here and there. And I thought, why don't I just make a list of them and put them on Facebook? It's like, there's Paul McCartney, Tom Petty, this one, that one, the Doobie Brothers, David Bowie, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Don't forget the Eagles, Don Henley, Yada McDada. Heard ACDC's got a new tour. So it's what was it? This is the Power Up tour. I saw some hypocritical piece of junk out there talking about it's coming, the Antichrist is coming. You can feel the change. You can look for the well, hell's fire. What about the changes the world went through for the last 15 or 20 years? What about all those people out there? You can't pick out an Antichrist out there. I think this is one of those assholes that was saying the Antichrist, for the first time ever, it was never been said in all the history of mankind, even throughout all the 70s, 80s, and 90s with the Nostradamus stuff and all the prophecies and blah, 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 blah. Anti is opposite of. It may be similar only in that it can do miracles, okay? But its agenda is different from. It's notably different because it's the dark thing. Antimatter and matter aren't the same thing. Matter is what it is. And if you bring antimatter into the regular material world, what's going to happen? Uh-oh, that's right. It's going to be messy. Bad, bad, bad things are going to be canceled out. It could be just horrendous. Um, the Antichrist will be against Christ, against what Christ's teachings were. It will be against. He's not similar to, or he's not like Christ. The only way they could say he was like Christ is if he, because of the miracles that he can do. Some type of, which is probably a magic instead of miracles. But anyway, let's say he has some miraculous powers and he does that. Uh, is he giving glory to Christ? I also saw the other day where they were talking about, and when he shows up and he's preaching Christ and talking about Jesus and the kingdom and light and all that stuff, you're going to believe that he's a good guy when really he's the bad guy. And they're the goddamn devils of the world. They're the damned. And what they don't know is they're lighting themselves up as such. The more you work against me, the more you're trying to defame me. Remember, what is it you wanted for yourself? I mean, what was it you wanted for me? What bad thing did you want for me? Oh. So, in other words, your own darkness is going to be more and more highlighted to everyone that you come into contact with and everyone that hears about you from other people. In other words, you're just going to appear worse and worse, more and more evil, more and more dark, more because of all your unchristian like dark motivations and ways. So that's how that goes. We've already seen the anti-Tom who literally wanted to replace us. Okay, dang. Um, mm, 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 mm. Some toys are bad. Some are just bad. And you have to rewrite them and or remanufacture them. Or shelve them until you can find a fix for the broken program. Or even for some of them, so they're so very bad, you have to disassemble them and set them aside in drawers until such time that they can be refurbished in such a way that they don't have a evil good switch on them, and it's not set to evil. It's only set to good. You see, in other words, okay, well, your free will didn't work out for you, so we're just going to set you to good now, and maybe some other time we'll do that live a life thing, and you find out whether or not you deserve free will, right? But why did I come on here? Was it just to meander about like that and speak in nonsensical fashion. No, no, not at all. It, um, I just wanted to say thank you to all of them that have been loving us and is loyal to our ascension, our victory, and especially the sky. Very, 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 very happy about how much love we've received from the heaven, sky, our Father in heaven. Did mention, or in the other video, that how one of them, of the feminine, was talking about being, integrated into the masculine. But it was so feminine. And that's what I found about some of these other characters. They're so extremely feminine, which is, again, feminine is good. It's a very, men are attracted to the feminine, especially the good feminine, the feminine of light. I saw the Disney character, and they were going on. But what I was going to say is I couldn't really listen to the first one. It was just so feminine, and it was acting in ways that was, very indirect. There was animations and looks and stuff like that, and it's a whole show, I can tell. But then I switched and I was trying to listen to the Disney character, and at one point it was the way they were talking. It was like, yeah, you're going to use anything other than the book itself and the concepts, but the thing of it is you're either for light or you're for darkness, and you can talk shit all day long about what you think you're here to do and this or that, and it's if you're working on your sovereignty, well, good for you, that's great, especially if you're working for the kingdom. But if you're not working for the kingdom of light, okay, which is the kingdom of life and light, because light and life go together. Remember the God that said, let there be light. He's the big guy up in the sky, our Father in heaven. And all you need to do is let go of your anger, and you're going to be able to see that your words are actually all leading back to the same conclusion that everybody else comes to when it comes to what you're actually trying to do. Are you here not trying to advance spiritually? And are you here just to have an experience? Are you here to have your dream life? Are you here to feed off of this living? Are you dead and the choice is gone, just like in the Kid Rock song, until you can't? It's because, guys, those of you who are playing with the darkness and all that stuff, and you think that you're cute and fun, or it's fun and cute, or all it is listen, what Kid Rock was saying is the absolute truth. You can, dabble in this and that, playing around, being innocent. But the problem is whenever you become dark and decide you're going to follow dark motivations to judge, bring these things, when you decide that you're going to be the authority over people that you were never supposed to be an authority over, you can mess around. And again, there's all kinds of Christians out there who have sinned this way, that way, and another way, and have even dabbled in the dark arts to some degree, maybe. They were played about, Ouija board this, or the tarot that, or who knows, maybe some kind of little fun little love spell. But you know what? An awful lot of it has to do with your heart, whether or not you already knew the light, the Prince of Peace, okay, and your true motivation, whether or not you knew what you were doing. Because there are a lot of people out there and I know that's why they don't want me out there, because when I wake people up to these things, they'll be like, oh, Jesus, we're walking hand in hand with it, skipping all the way into hell with the damn things. And of course they don't want that out there, because there's going to be people that's going to be like, oh, it's the truth, right? And how it works. Well, I guess I will have to sing a song or two, won't I? Guys, what's going to happen here is if I don't say just again, thank you for helping me in this and being loyal to the day and to our Father in heaven, I'm going to just meander and meander and meander because I don't have anything scripted or planned. There's really no reason for me to respond to any of the things being said by most of that stuff. I mean, the rumor mill that's been going on. We're just going to continue going up. Like I said, all these attacks and plans, all this energies that they've been sending us, trying to heat us and all that stuff. Heaven's just going to turn that all to our benefit. And they'll just see that as more reason to advance me up another full level, making my perch a much higher one, making my home right high in the sky. And all at the expense of the attackers directly. And then their subordinates and their associates also will be brought in to pay for it, held accountable for the payment of that thing to advance us again. Again, at the expense of the enemies, right? Amen, heaven, in the name of the truth, that which is the light and the life, the Prince of Peace, our Father in heaven, amen. So guys, we've been praying and we've been trying to come up with a couple, really good prayers, and we've been editing those and modifying them to be better. But yeah, it does seem like we are recuperating. We are getting past some markers, some mile markers, it seems like, and we're feeling better, and we can sense that physically we're doing better and we're not as run down. And we, for a while there, we've kind of drained. They were really honest, but again, now heaven's done the ultimate goal, and which is to make me not a scapegoat of any, and not an energy source for any, not already me, not already they, the immediate ones that are, because they make us what? No, they make us who? They make me day without the other. Heaven, full of goodness, without anything of darkness, shadow, or night. They make us day, surrounded by day. Here my daylight here. That's right. It's America song. And you know what? There's no alligator lizards flying around in the air. I'm sure of it. And if they are, they're just, heaven will use them to my advantage. Amen, heaven. Yeah. So guys, all of this music that I got to retouch and I was getting to be re-exposed to some really great Paul McCartney and Wings songs, and Mr. Bowie, David Bowie, Eagles. Why? Tell me, how come Jesus gets industrial disease? Yeah, Dire Straits. Elvis. I've seen Elvis and Anne Margaret jumping around singing at each other and stuff. I've been reminded of all these greats. Paul Newman, Steve McQueen. So, from what I understand, for too long, I'm just going to be cruising. We'll be cruising together. Cruising was made for love. Man, there's so much music in me. I guess, we're just going, somewhere along the way, we'll have to let a few worlds out, to make some new worlds out of sound. And I think that there's going to be parts of it that's going to incorporate all that was a favorite. God love you and God keep you. talk to you real soon.